Alright, so we made it back we made it to Puerto Rico from the States last night. We caught up on some sleep. What?
Yesterday night.
That's what I said. Like Bubby is right now. So we caught up on some sleep today. We are knee deep in work here because we have Muscle Mania coming up. We had Muscle Mania a few months ago. It got delayed because they rained, so they rescheduled it for this weekend. So all these cars are getting ready, and I'm going to show you a bunch of the cars here in Puerto Rico. Just kidding, we're back in Japan. I wish. There you go. The fastest car in the parking lot, right there. I'm not even joking. We've got a V. Justin's working on this car. And manual C7 with the super cool carbon fiber roll bar. He hates me. Good, how are you? I like this. All like that. Don't touch. I know, it's super nice. Get your fingers off. So shiny. I like it. I like the seats.
I like the seats. I don't like this color, but
No, not a fan of the peanut butter in here.
competition seats,
Yeah, those are cool.
and they're more comfy.
With the Stingray on the... Oh. It's pretty cool. I mean, other than it's a manual.
Only Corvettes would fucking glorify the base model.
I don't know, I really like that that black one in there. The Z06 with the ZR1 wing on it, all blacked out.
Yeah, until you touch the wing. Oh, that's this one. No, that's that
That's
one.
probably the
Yeah.
red one. I don't like the trunk version like that. The convertible with the weird long trunk. They don't look good to me. But that all blacked out one, I don't know what it is with all blacked out stuff lately that's getting me, but guess I'm gonna leave my car black for a while. So if anybody can powder coat my wing for me, let me know. Alright, what are you doing?
Huh?
You ran out of meth?
Out of meth. We need more meth. I don't know. I've never heard a Corsa exhaust that wide.
It got its eyes ripped off?
Yeah. Get it? Because it looks like an eye, because it's white like an eye.
Oh, okay.
Eye's white. It's white, and it has a little dot. They don't like an eye.
The smoke's because I made that file like 2 seconds ago and haven't driven it.
Okay.
Just for clarity.
Yeah.
Say good morning. We're at Predator Performance. We're gonna go make some horsepower.
This is our go-to hub dyno here on the island.
Yep. We got a bunch of Corvettes and a CTSV, and yeah, we're gonna try to make some horsepower and get them ready for Muscle Mania. Baga, help me with this. What else are we doing, bud? Look. What is it? What are we doing? Are we gonna go vroom? Huh? Tell me. What are we doing? Vroom vroom?
He said open my donuts.
He'll be more excited when he's eating his donuts and we're actually making power on the dyno.
He's his mama's child. That's
He'll probably come try to ride it with me there. I got you.
All right, let's get started. Do you know what's done to this one?
2650?
Ah.
Flex fuel? Nope. I have it in my list of mods somewhere,
Ah, okay.
so I'll know here shortly.
Noted.
But
I cut him off, but he said we've already started tuning on this one. And then he pointed out this lovely interior.
yeah, I need your interior. You hear me? Let me get this interior from you. Yeah, you don't need this or these seats. Jesus. The whole yeah. See the way my bank account's set up. I got a Stingray. It's fast. Oh man, this interior is super nice. Look,
It's the best one
even the
so far.
seats look different.
And 807. So what's he doing?
So we're making pulls, and we made 880, and we're losing fuel pressure, but we're on pump gas, so I thought it was kind of weird. And this has a ESX auxiliary setup, so we should have plenty enough fuel. It's even got the upgraded pump. So I decided to do the pedal check. So turn the ignition on, push the gas pedal, see if the pump comes on, and surprise, surprise, no pump. So I assumed that the battery had died at some point, and we have to go here, take the whole fender liner out, and unplug the module to reset it, because, you know, that's fucking how things work nowadays, I guess. So we'll try that out and see how that works. I'm looking at you the whole time.
Plug it now?
Let me see. Get to it?
Yeah.
Alright. I want people to see what the lights look like. Hold on. So if you look, you see the lights there. There's two lights. And that's, you know, that's what happens if your battery dies. Hold this. Oh, not that. That's the gimbal. Just hold it where it shows.
Not working.
Not working?
No. Let me unplug it, okay?
Okay. Can you do that while holding that?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna plug it back.
Okay.
No. No. Still not working.
Wonderful.
It's not green light.
I know, let's give it a little longer. Let it power off all the way. So it's still red. Okay.
Now it came green. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working now. It's working.
So if your battery dies, make sure you check that. Because, you know, this is regular procedure. Imagine being on the side of the road and this happening. Or not even knowing and not knowing your fuel pressure dropped. And you just keep ripping it until it decides to kill your engine. Good job.
Of course, we had a potty break, and I missed the good pull. Ooh, he made 904. What?
That's what happens when you actually have fuel pressure.
When you have fuel pressure out. He's so cute. Such a cutie. Your hair's getting crazy. .5 and 846.4 seems to be the number. .48 and 817. .962.3, 838.9.
Waiting on you. Alright, I'm here with my lucky rabbit foot. Alright, so on this car, we have 93 and meth as well as E85 with the meth. Obviously, we're using the meth for supplemental fuel with 85 millimeter that it had on the Maggie. Alright. With the 85 it had on the Maggie, we were making just a little bit too much boost and I couldn't get the fueling in it, even at E50. So right here you can see this is the E50 run, and this is obviously where I was dropping the boost, or dropping the fueling, and we ended up at 943. So what we decided was to be able to run more fueling and safer, we would go to a 90 millimeter, which drops at about 2 pounds of boost. Dropping the 2 pounds of boost allows us to open up a little more ethanol range. We were able to run E75, and with the E75, we were able to get our fueling in line and make 765 or 764. So as you can see, more boost isn't always more better. Sometimes you just got to make sure your fueling's in line, turn the boost down, you can make the same or more power and be safer overall. So less pressure, less heat, more power. Yeah, you get it. All right, and something else you'll notice, if you look at this pulley right here, you see how it's really kind of black there, but it's kind of gold here? That's a good way to tell that the pulley's slipping pretty bad, because they start turning gold from the heat. You can see it a little better probably here. It's the black right here where it's original, and then the gold coloring. So, yeah, so it's turning purple just from the heat. So, something to check. If you see the gold, something's wrong.
No, that was the cutest, quietest pull I've ever seen in my life.
That's our little spoiler.
I love it.
You didn't know he'd strap down. And so, it's a lot different when you're in something that's running and you don't expect it to bang.
If the light door shut,
Sure,
you didn't have to come out your skin like that.
sure. Wasn't light.
It sounded light from out here. What are you doing? This is cool, Dyno and Dyno. I'm going to this time. He asked if I videoed the wing. The wheel's so trippy. All right, we're starting with 580, 552. $590 and $551. 865 and 707.
All right, coming to you live from Predator Performance. So something really cool I thought I'd show you. Since I've never posted the results, but I've done the testing, and this kind of shows it. Two different cars, one's gray, one's black, so that may be the difference. One has 2650 with the stage 1 cam, one has 2650 with stage 2 cam, both BTR cams, and at within half a PSI of each other, this is the difference. As you see in yellow, that's the torque from that stage 1 cam carrying out, really flat and linear. And then the stage, the horsepower. As you see, the bigger cam starts catching up a little bit up top, but still kind of misses it by a decent margin. The difference up top is 852 horsepower to 896 horsepower. So I'm not great at math. I think that's roughly 50 horsepower up top. When I saw it on the engine dyno, it was closer to 30, but the big thing right here is the torque, which it's not showing, but get the point. This is the torque of the stage 2 cam. This is the torque of the stage 1 cam. So both cars, similar temperatures, same day. That's the monstrous difference. So the benefit of this is obviously,
That's 150 difference.
Where do you see that?
Each one of these is 50.
Right, but this is horsepower. It's not torque. But if you look in the torque, I don't know. Anyways, it's quite a bit. Well, let's do it here. This one was right at 800 foot-pounds here, and this was close to 600. So almost 200 foot-pound difference. Now, this could be dyno related or something. Typically, I see about 60 to 80 foot-pounds difference. So probably not 200. This might have been something, I don't know. But you see the drastic difference. You get the point. Like this is why I go with the stage 1. Now the downside of the stage 1 is where you have all this torque. If you don't know how to tune this, your gaskets and rods go bye-bye. So be careful, understand what you're doing, and this cam's really good. We went to stage 2 on this one because the guy only runs pump gas and meth, and he's going to drive it on the street. He's not racing the car, so we did it to try to quench some of the cylinder pressure out, to try to keep everything cooled down, because the pump gas here isn't super great. The other reason is because that bitch be chopping, and he wanted it to be chopping. That's what it does. So stage 2, if you're okay with these losses, it's not an issue. It's definitely safer for cylinder pressure, and it'd be chopping.
We've got 897.0 and 725.2.
That's really close. Okay, good?
Yeah.
All right, so I went back to the log and I noticed that I was 2 degrees of timing less on this car than I was on the last car. So I went ahead and fixed that. This is a little bit closer. The only issue is up here, you can see where this yellow line started kind of dipping. That's where, if you saw our aux pump video, this is where the aux pump stopped working, so we were losing some fuel pressure. So we were still climbing, but we were dropping. So where they were both pretty decently climbing, we were about closer to the 30 horsepower difference that I saw on the engine dyno. And then for the torque, we're a lot closer to the 100-ish to 80 to 100-ish foot-pound difference that I also saw on the engine dyno. So that just tells us that what I saw on the engine dyno versus what I see in real life is pretty spot on, chassis or not. So hopefully that kind of helps you in your decision making. Everything else still applies, but I just want to make sure I got an apples to apples comparison here as close as I could. So good to go.
right, we've got 905.1 and 734.4.
All right, so we're done. 3 cars, all made more power than we thought they were going to make. Not more than I thought it was going to make, but more than they thought it was going to make. Everything's successful. I'm going on 3 hours of sleep. I'm finish a few more files. I'm going to bed. Bye.